Thompson. In her junior year, number 12, Jenna Creer. A sophomore wears number 15, Kristen Vesey. And a sophomore owns number 20, Andrea Alfano. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Valhalla Norsemen. Leading off and playing right field in her senior year, number 13, Jessica Yanale. In her senior year, batting second, playing center field, number 7, Lisa Wooding. Batting third behind the plate in her junior year, number 21, Kim Hayden. In her senior year, playing shortstop, batting cleanup, number 8, Savannah Brown. Batting fifth and pitching in her junior year, number 16, Lacey Wilson. In her junior year, batting sixth and playing third base, number 10, Allison Johnson. In her senior year, playing first base, batting seventh, number 11, Stephanie Sweat. In her senior year, playing second base, batting eighth, number 9, Jamie McNally. And batting ninth, the left fielder in her sophomore year, number 14, Courtney Ludwig. Your assistant coaches for the Norsemen, Bruce Wislow and Steve Wisnowski. Your head coach, and now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the Cougars, the non-starters. Wearing number 12 in her senior year, Melissa Reardon. Number 13 is also a senior. She is Carrie Hernandez. In her junior year, wearing number 14, Samantha Matthews. In her junior year, wearing number 15, Elise Jimenez. A sophomore wears number 16, Brianne Sanchez. And number 17 in her sophomore year, Whitney Searle. And now, the starting lineup for your Cougars in her senior year, the center fielder leading off, number 3, Dana Gomes. Batting second, playing second base in her senior year, number 5, Megan Ward. The shortstop bats third. She's in her sophomore year, number 9, Raylene Asman. In her sophomore year, batting cleanup and playing first base, number 7, Brenda Langston. In her senior year at third base, wearing number 4 and batting fifth, Whitney Olston. On the mound in her sophomore year, batting sixth, number 1, Sarah Akamina. Batting seventh in her sophomore year, number 6, Brittany Knudsen. Batting eighth, the right fielder in her junior year, number 11, Ashley Carlsness. And batting ninth, behind the plate, in her sophomore year, number 15, Isla Sessions. Your assistant coaches, Laura Quiroz and Alfred Martinez. Your head coach of the Cougars is Carrie Weiler.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the campus of the University of California, San Diego. Today is a Division II San Diego Section CIF softball championship game featuring two teams that squared off last year. We have the Valhalla Norsemen going up against the Escondido Cougars. And leading off now for Valhalla, Jessica Yanale, number 13. She's the right fielder. And the first pitch of the game is low for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Just underway. Pitching today for Escondido, the Cougars, number 1, Sarah Akamine. Sarah looks in to get the sign from her catcher. And the ball 1 pitch is in there for a strike, and the count is now 1-1. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions on a beautiful Saturday here, the 29th of May, 2004. Yanali will take a strike in there again, and the count is 1-2. Just underway, top of the first inning. Visiting team, the Valhalla Norsemen in the white pants. Cougars in all black. The 1-2 pitch is in there, strike 3 called. And so Akamine starts the game off with a strikeout. Lisa Wooden, the center fielder, number 7, now steps in. She's a right-handed batter. Lisa's a senior. And let's see if she can get something started against Sarah Akamine. And that pitch is in there for a strike right at the knees. And the count is 0-1. A 1 pitch, grounded over to first base. Pitch over to the second baseman, covering is just in time. And there's 2 outs now. Number 5, Megan Ward for Escondido, getting over there just in time as she takes the pitch from the first baseman, number 7, Brenda Langston.
Now batting for Valhalla, the catcher, number 21, Kim Hayden.
And now the catcher, Kim Hayden, number 21, up. Pitch is fouled away. 0-1. Akamine's 0-1 pitch is popped up on the infield. Going out the second baseman, number 5, Megan Ward. She'll make the catch. And at the end of half an inning of play, it's a 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. No score. Ken Gonzalez, George Langevin Productions. We'll be right back. Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions as we get set to start the bottom of the first inning. We'll give you the defense for Valhalla. At first base is number 11, Stephanie Switt. She's a senior. At second base is number 9, Jamie McNally. She's also a senior. At shortstop, Savannah Brown, number 8. She's a senior as well. Over at third base, the hot corner, number 10, Allison Johnson. She's just a junior. And as we move over to left field, number 14, Courtney Ludwig, just a sophomore, playing left field today in the championship game. In center field, Lisa Wooden, number 7. She's a senior. And in right field, we have Jessica Yanali, number 13. On the mound for Valhalla is a pitcher, number 13, number 16, Lacey Wilson. And her first pitch of the game is in there for a strike. Her catcher, battery mate, is Kim Hayden, number 21. So there's the set. And the count now 0-1 to the leadoff hitter for Escondido. And that is number 3, Dana Gomes, playing center field today. She'll swing and miss at that one, and the count is now 1-2. One-two pitch, Swana missed. And Gomes is down on strikes, 1 away, and that'll bring up the third baseman, number 5, Megan Ward.
Now batting, playing second base, number 5, Megan Ward.
And she hits one right back to the pitcher, over to the second baseman, covering in time quickly. There's 2 outs. Raylene Asman now stepping to the plate with 2 outs. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1.
For the Cougars, the shortstop, number 9, Raylene Asman.
No balls, 2 strikes for the bottom of the first inning, no score. Again, this is the Division II championship game. Valhalla and Escondido. 0-2 pitch, high for a ball, 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that will be that for Escondido in the bottom of the first inning. No score. We'll head to the second in just a second. And now the defense for Escondido. First baseman, number 7, is Brenda Langston. She's just a sophomore. Over at second base, Megan Ward, number 5. She's a senior. Over at shortstop, number 9, Raylene Asman. At third base, we can't see her here in the picture, but that's as she gets back to the infield. Not sure if the cameraman could get our third baseman here today, Holston. Whitney Holston. There she goes over there, number 4. Now over to left field, number 16, Brianna Sanchez. Over in center field now is Raylene Gomes. And over in right field, number 11, Ashley Carlsness. Again, pitching, Sarah Akamine, number 1, and her catcher today, Isla Sessions, number 18. Pitch is just low for a ball, just below the knees, and the count is 1-0. Number 8 in there, Savannah Brown, the shortstop for Valhalla. Neither team with a base runner in that first inning. She'll foul that pitch off, and the count is now 1-1. This game, a 3 o'clock start, so the remainder of this game definitely be played under the sunlight. Brown waving the bat across the plate. She said, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Akamine now ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brown back into the box. Digs in. Akamine looks to get her sign. And the pitch. Little change-up, some off-speed there. And it got Savannah Brown swinging. 1 away here in the first inning. And that'll bring up number 16, Lacey Wilson.
Now batting for Valhalla, the pitcher, number 16, Lacey Wilson.
And she'll take that first pitch for a ball. Akamine hasn't gotten ahead of too many batters here. She started off the game with a ball. Actually hasn't thrown too many pitches. She got out of that first inning, just throwing under 6, a couple of first ball swinging ground out. Well, 1 ground out and then a pop-up to Ward, the second baseman. Count is even now, 1 ball and a strike. Way out in front of that pitch. Took something off, Akamine did, and the ball count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Akamine has set down the first 4 batters she's faced. We're going to make it 5 in a row. And the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. So Akamine now with 3 strikeouts through the first 5 batters of the game. That includes the first 2 here in the second inning. That'll bring up the third baseman, number 10, Allison Johnson.
Now batting and playing third base, number 10, Allison Johnson.
So we'll see what Allison can do here. Akamine's first pitch. In there, right at the knees, 0-1. So Akamine not wasting any time. Putting the ball right around the plate. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing is checked. The appeal to first. And the umpire says she did go. And the count is now 0-2 on Allison Johnson. Akamine's 0-2 pitch catches the outside corner. Strike 3 called. So Sarah Akamine will strike out the side here in the top of the second. As we go to the bottom of the second, as the Cougars will come up to bat, there's no score. And now as we head to the bottom of the second inning, Escondido now. See if they can get something going on offense. The first baseman, number 7. Brenda Langston will lead things off. And she'll take the first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. So Lacey Wilson is equally as impressive as her counterpart, Sarah Akamine, today. 0-1 pitch hit over to second base, catching it there. A little looping liner. And coming up, number 9, Jamie McNally, the second baseman. She'll handle that, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
Now batting, playing third base, number 4, Whitney Holston.
Whitney Holston, number 4, now steps in, the third baseman for the Cougars. She takes that first pitch up and out. And the count is 1-0. Neither team with a base runner. I sound like a broken record. Said that in the first, top of the second, and now in the bottom of the second. And now Wilson behind in the count 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch took something off and misses just outside. And now she's fallen behind 3-0 in danger of giving a base away on a walk. And that would be Escondido's first base runner of the afternoon. The 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. Catches the inside corner, about letter high. And the count is now 3-1. Pitcher for Escondido, Sarah Akamine, is on deck. A little looping liner again, not much on it. Making a diving stop, first baseman for Valhalla. That's number 11, Stephanie Sweat.
With the ground at first.
She hit the ground on that one, just took about 3 steps to her right. At first, I believe she just thought she might knock it down, but then kind of make a last-second lunge, decided just to catch the ball. And there's quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the second for Escondido. Akamine will take a strike. So the Cougars, Whitney Holston had the count in her favor, 3-0. She took a strike. And then Wilson induces her to hit a little looper over to first base. So with 2 outs, 0-1 pitch swing and a very strong miss. Sarah Akamine swinging for the fences there. And now she's down 0-2 in the count. Wilson trying to close out the second inning here. Fouled away across the backstop screen and out of play. And the count remains 0-2. So Lacey Wilson throwing a few more pitches than she would have liked here in this inning. That's her 10th pitch of the inning. And Akamine will watch strike 3 cross the outside part of the plate. And Wilson sets the side down again in order, gets another strikeout. She has 3 now. And as we go to the top of the third, again, no score. Top of the third inning. Stephanie Sweat, first baseman, number 11 for Valhalla, will lead things off. Valhalla has sent 6 batters to the plate, and all have been retired so far by Sarah Akamine. In the semifinals, Akamine struck out 9 in her 7-inning game over Mount Miguel. She also went 2 for 3 at a double. Count now 0-2 on Sweat. Akamine set, the 0-2 pitch. Change speeds again, and Sweat watches that one go right by for strike 3 called. And there's 1 out now here in the top of the third. That'll bring up the second baseman, Jamie McNally.
Batting and playing second, number 9, Jamie McNally.
So McNally, the second baseman, steps in, trying to get her team the first base runner here of the afternoon. Squares to bunt. She pulls back in time, watches it go across the plate low, and the count is 1-0. Again, these two teams last year played an 8-inning marathon, with Escondido coming out on top 2-1. So this is the rematch. Akamine's pitch is in there for a strike, evens the count at a ball and a strike. Very fast-moving game. We're in the third. Again, scoring the bunt she offered. Pitch was in the dirt. And the count is now 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch, Akamine keeps it low. And McNally will go down swinging. 6 strikeout through 2 2/3 innings now for Sarah Akamine. And Courtney Ludwig, the left fielder, number 14, steps in. Number 9 batter.
The left fielder, number 14, Courtney Ludwig.
She'll take a strike, and the count is 0-1. So Akamine, not the least bit concerned about going right at these batters for Valhalla. And so the Escondido Cougar defense watching a nice show by their pitcher here. And the 0-1 pitch is right down the middle, 0-2. Ludwig sets, the 0-2 pitch just outside. And the count is 1-2. Akamine's 1-2 pitch. Foul tip held by the catcher. And so Akamine, for the second inning in a row, strikes out the side. And we'll head to the bottom of the third. Again, no score. So, Brian Sanchez, left fielder, number 16, steps in, leading things off for Escondido. She'll take a ball. Count is 1-0. 7, 8, 9. Neither team with a base runner. Wilson's pitch. Swung on and foul back. And the count is 1-1. Wilson working a little more slowly than her counterpart, Akamine. That pitch a little high. And they are going to appeal over to the first base umpire, see if she went. She did. And Sanchez now but down in the count, 1-2. Wilson's 1-2 pitch high. She tried to get Sanchez to chase after that high pitch. She wouldn't do it. Evens the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ashley Carlsness is on deck. 2-2 pitch, just a little out. And now we've gone full here. 3-2. Brian Sanchez could be the first base runner of the game. Lacey Wilson looks in for the sign. Here's the stretch, the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Sanchez goes down. She challenged her. Didn't want to put her on base. She said, here, if you're going to get on, you're going to have to hit the ball. And she went right at her. Sanchez couldn't catch up to it, and there's 1 out now here in the bottom of the third. Ashley Carlsness.
Now batting for the Cougars, the right fielder, number 11, Ashley Carlsness.
Oh, hold up. Ashley Carlsness is up. I like the little batsman, dude. I know the little.
So Ashley in, right-handed batter, looks down at third base to get the sign. She's going to bunt, go straight up in the air, and coming out for Valhalla to make the catch. Kim Hayden, the catcher for Valhalla, comes out from behind to make the stop. Catches that pop-up on the bunt attempt.
Now batting the catcher, number 18, Isla Sessions.
And now the catcher for the Cougars, Isla Sessions. First pitch swing, fouls it straight back. So Isla Sessions. Oh, 1-1 the count. 2 outs, bottom of the third. Pitch is just a little high. Lacey looking at the umpire, wanted that call. And the count is now even, a ball and a strike. Sessions takes a big hack, doesn't get it. And the count is now 1-2. Wilson's 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. She chased a high one. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts through 3 innings. For Lacey Wilson, that'll do it. We'll go to the 4th inning. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions. And as we head to the 4th, there's no score. We'll be right back. So quickly and quietly, we've entered the top of the 4th inning. Valhalla will send the 1, 2, 3 hitters, Yonley, Wooden, and Hayden up to bat against Sarah Akamine. Sarah with 7 strikeouts through the first 3 innings. So Jessica Yanali, left-hand batter, steps in, struck out looking back in the first, leading off the game. And she'll take a strike here to start things off, and the count 0-1. So again, these teams last year played for the championship. 2-1 victory for Escondido in 8 innings. A 1 pitch in there, inside part of the plate, and the count is now 0-2. Both these teams with great seasons to get here to this Division II game. Number 1 and 2 seed, Valhalla, the number 1 seed, Escondido number 2. And going down swinging for the second time, Jessica Yanali. Actually, her second strikeout, she was struck out looking back in the first. And now Lisa Wooden, the center fielder, number 7, is up. She grounded to the first baseman. Ward came over to cover as Langston made the toss over. One out here in the 4th. Pitch is fouled over near the Valhalla dugout, and the count 0-1. Valhalla finished the regular season at 30-4. Escondido 26-5. Valhalla defeated Patrick Henry in the semifinals to get here, and as we mentioned earlier, Mount Miguel lost to this Escondido team in their semifinal game. Fouled away again. So 0-2. But Lisa Wooden is up there getting her hacks in. She's not going to go down looking. They play the corners up and in. Wooden set in the box. Here's a pitch. Bounces up there. And the count is now 1-2. Akamines, 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. So she'll get Wooden swinging on the strikeout. 2 down now here in the top of the 4th, and that'll bring up the catcher, Kim Hayden. Hayden swings, grounds it over to second. Ward over to the first baseman, Langston in time. And that'll do it in the top of the 4th inning for Valhalla. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. No score. So bottom of the 4th inning for Escondido. They're all knotted up at 0. As we look at the pitcher for Valhalla, Lacey Wilson. Dana Gomes, the center fielder, number 3 for Escondido, will lead things off. She struck out back in the 1st inning. Tries to bunt. She certainly won on that one, and the count now is 0-2. So we figured this would be a very low-scoring game. And as it stands now here in the bottom of the 4th, it is 0-0. Pitch over to the backstop for a ball. Actually, it was fouled, so it's still 0-2. Again, just getting a piece of the bat, trying to lay off that high pitch. Just couldn't do it. She fouls it away, and the count remains 0-2. Wilson's 0-2 pitch just outside. And that home plate umpire has not been giving Lacey Wilson that outside pitch here today. Kim Hayden framing it nicely. 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air just over the shortstop and into left field. So the Cougars get the first base runner of the game, Dana Gomes. So leading off the bottom of the fourth inning, Dana Gomes, center fielder for Escondido, gets a single to left field. And now Kim Hayden trying to talk to her pitcher, Lacey Wilson. Megan Ward, the second baseman, number 5, stepping in.
Now batting for the Cougars and playing second base, number 5, Megan Ward.
Megan grounded out to second base. Back in the first, she's 0 for 1. Gomes looks on, takes her lead, or running start actually, towards second. And the pitch is fouled away. And it's 0-1 to Ward. So let's see how Wilson pitches now with a runner on first. 0-1 pitch. Again, the bunt. Gets past the third baseman to Ward. Over to first, not in time. And Ward will beat it out for an infield hit. And all of a sudden, as this game was just trudging along through the first 3.5 innings, the Cougars get the first 2 batters on board here in the bottom of the fourth. So first and second, nobody out. And so with runners on first and second, Raylene Asman, number 9, steps in with a chance really to put her team in the lead. So we had a little bit of a break in action there as the coach for Valhalla, Doug Hardin, wanted the umpire to check the bat that was used by Megan Ward on that bunt. He thought the tape ran up just a little bit too high off the handle. Umpires checked it out. They said, no, it's legal. And here we go. Asman will take a ball. The count is now 1-0. So the first threat of the game. Dana Gomes standing on second base, representing the first run of the game if they can bring her in. Again, a bunt. Asman gets it down in front of the plate. Coming over for Valhalla, the third baseman, Allison Johnson, number 10. Fields it nicely, fires it over to the first baseman, number 11, Stephanie Sweet. But the sacrifice worked, and now there's runners at second and third.
Now batting for the Cougars playing first base, number 7, Brenda Langston.
And that'll bring up the first baseman, Brenda Langston, for Escondido. And with a base hit to the outfield here, she could bring in 2 runs and break this game wide open. And with the way Sarah Akamine is pitching, that run at third base is very crucial. Actually, anytime you get into a softball tournament or championship, 1 run is usually all it takes, as you have the best pitchers for each of those teams, which are very difficult to hit. Last year's final in this division, again, between these 2 teams last year was 2-1 in 8 innings. And the count now 0-2 on Brenda Langston. On deck, Whitney Holston. There's only 1 out, so Escondido with 2 chances here to get at least 1 run in. Swung on and missed. Huge strikeout for Lacey Wilson. And now with 2 outs, Whitney Holston the third baseman for Escondido. The last chance here of the inning for the Cougars.
Now batting, playing third base for the Cougars, number 4.
Runners at second and third. Wilson's pitch is up for a ball, 1-0. Wilson's pitch. Again, just a little bit outside. Again, not getting the call there. And the count now 2-0. So the junior Lacey Wilson under some pressure here in the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike. She'll get that outside corner this time. And the count is 2-1. On deck, pitcher Sarah Akamine. And the 2-1 pitch is high for a ball, and it's 3-1. So Wilson in danger of walking Holston. That would load the bases for Sarah Akamine. Wilson's got the signal. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And now the count is full. Snap throw back to third. Umpire right on it. Gomes gets back in time. So full count to Whitney Halston. So Wilson can get out of the inning here with a strikeout. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung and a missed. Valhalla does a great job as the first 2 batters get on base. A sacrifice bunt moves them to second and third, and that's where they're stranded. So we'll go to the 5th inning. We remain scoreless. I'm Ken Uzarts for George Langeman Productions. We'll be right back. So Valhalla will lead off the 5th inning here, coming off that nice shutdown of the Escondido offense in the bottom of the 4th. Escondido putting the first 2 runners on. They strand them at second and third. And they miss a golden opportunity to break through against Lacey Wilson. And now Sarah Akamine will go to work, trying to keep Valhalla off the base paths, as she has done through the first 4 innings. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Savannah Brown for Valhalla here in the top of the 5th. Struck out back in the 2nd inning.
Go, Savannah.
She'll send a fly ball in the right field. Underneath it for the Cougars is number 11, Ashley Carlsness. And there's 1 out here in the 1st. In the 5th. First out here of the 5th. And Lacey Wilson, the pitcher, she struck out back in the 2nd. In fact, in that 2nd inning, all 3 batters struck out against Akamine, starting the string of 6, 7, 8 consecutive batters she struck out before Kim Hayden, the catcher, grounded to second base to end the 4th inning. That broke a string of 6, 7, 8 consecutive strikeouts. 0-1 pitch. 1-0 pitch is swung on a miss for a strike, and the count is now 1-1. Allison Johnson on deck. Ball's a little low, 2-1. Akamine back on the rubber. She looks into the catcher to get her sign. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Wilson trying to get on base there with that swing. And the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Wilson will watch strike 3 called. So Akamine will get another K here. Her 10th of the game through 4 2/3 innings. And Allison Johnson, the third baseman, number 10, will step in. She struck out looking back in the second inning. That ball is grounded over to second. Ward with a great play over to first in time. That was the hardest hit ball of the day, and making a nice sliding stop to her right, the second baseman, Megan Ward. She'll throw out Johnson. That'll end the top of the 5th. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, no score. So here in the bottom of the 5th, it's Sarah Akamine to lead things off. Pitching one heck of a game. 10 strikeouts through 5 innings for her. And let's see if she can get something going against Lacey Wilson. First pitch is fouled away over the backstop. 0-1. Akamine struck out back in the second. Said that a lot about these players, as we've had 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 strikeouts combined between the two pitchers here so far, and we're in the bottom of the 5th. So just a few more than half of all the outs recorded have been strikeouts. Just outside. And now the count is 2-1 to Akamine. Two-one pitch is grounded right back to Wilson. She'll pick it up off the ground. Over to the first baseman in time. Stephanie Sweat. And Akamine grounds out for the first out here of the bottom of the 5th. Breon Sanchez, the left fielder, number 16. She struck out to lead off the 3rd inning.
Now batting for Escondido, the left fielder, number 16, Breon Sanchez.
Just low and inside, 1-0. On deck, number 11, the right fielder, Ashley Carlsness. Ashley made that nice catch of the fly ball back in the top of the 5th. Pitch is fouled away. Evens the count on a ball and a strike. Again, this is the Division II championship game, the 2004 CIF San Diego Section Softball Championship. Valhalla and Escondido. Pitches in there for a strike, 1-2. Brown looking at the umpire, not sure she agreed with that call. Looked to be a little up and in, but might have caught part of that zone. And she'll lay off that high hard one there. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now back in the 3rd, Brienne eventually struck out, but she did force Wilson to a full count. She'll bounce this one over to short and right through the legs of the Valhalla shortstop, Savannah Brown. And so on base is Brianna Sanchez with a 1 out. Not sure how they're going to score that, either a base hit or an error. Went right through her legs. So she should have come up with that. And that'll bring up Ashley Carlsness, the right fielder, with a runner on first. Hayden thought about trying to pick off over to first, thought better of it. One 1-0 pitch. Again, she'll try the pick. Not in time. One ball, one strike to Ashley Carlsness. She has a runner on first. She's trying to move her over. So she may be going to the right side of the field. Or maybe an attempt to bunt here. 1-1 pitch. She's swinging away. Swings at a high, hard one. Can't catch up to it. The count is now 1-2. The catcher, Isla Sessions, number 18, is on deck. And that'll do it for Ashley Carlsness. She goes down swinging. And there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brianna Sanchez still on first. And Isla Sessions, who struck out back in the 3rd inning, will try to extend the inning with a walk or a base hit. The last couple of innings, though, Escondido has been making Lacey Wilson work, as she's had runners on base in the 4th and the 5th. As you saw the pick move there by Hayden over to first base, not in time. Ball was a ball. And the count is 1-0 on Isla Sessions. 1-0 pitch popped up, and that's going to find the stands behind the plate. And the count is 1-1. Wilson set for a pitch, and that's swung on a miss. 1-2 to Sessions. So we're a strike away from heading to the 6th inning in a scoreless tie. Swung on a miss. Sessions goes up that high, hard one there. Tried to check her swing, but couldn't do it. And so Wilson will leave a runner on first base, and we will go to the top of the 6th inning. It's Valhalla nothing, Escondido nothing. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes. So Stephanie Sweat leading things off for Valhalla here in the top of the 6th inning, and Sarah Akamine's first pitch is fouled away, 0-1. Stephanie struck out looking back in the 3rd inning. She'll foul this next one off, and now she's in the hole 0-2. Akamine's 0-2 pitch, line down the 3rd base line, foul. And so Stephanie Sweat's still in there, 0-2, but she seems to be getting around on those pitches by Akamine. Bit of a warm day here in La Jolla, so not sure if that's going to be playing any part here, if Akamine is starting to tire just a bit. Pitch is swung on and missed, and on the throw to first base, the ball gets past the first baseman, and so Stephanie Sweat is on base after striking out, and she's aboard on the error by the catcher, Isla Sessions. And so this could be the beginning of something here for Valhalla, and Jamie McNally, the second baseman, now steps in. So for Valhalla, number 12, Jenna Cryer. Pinch running. Bunt attempt will go foul. So McNally fouls the first one back.
Against Carter, of course I met number 12, Jenna Greer, running at first base.
1-1 the count to McNally. Let's see if she's going to try to lay down the bunt again. She probably will until she gets 2 strikes. They really want to move that runner Cryer over to second base here. Again, she'll try a bunt, fouled away. And now she's down 0-2.
Oh yeah, by the way, now I figured out who's on the base path. The senior second baseman, number 9, Jamie McNally, is in the box.
So Jamie McNally, 0-2. She may be bunting again here. She struck out against Akamine back in the third, so she has another opportunity to lay one down. If she doesn't do it, then she's down on strikes, but it's worth the risk, and she does get it down. It's going to roll foul just up the third baseline. And so Jamie McNally fails to move the runner over. And she'll go down on strikes. And so with 1 out, Jenna Cryer still standing over at first base. And Courtney Ludwig, the left fielder, now is in. Let's see if she can move the base runner over. Again, there's only 1 out. And again, she'll look to bunt. She pulls the bat back in time, and it's a ball, 1-0. One-0 pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. Again, she squared around the bunt. She'll get this bunt down right over to the first baseman. They're going to go to second. The throw goes into center field. Ill-advised throw. That was the first baseman, Langston. She thought she had time, and she did, actually. A good throw would have nailed her at second base, but it goes into center field. And now Valhalla with runners at first and second with 1 out. So with runners at first and second, Jessica Yanali.
Now batting for the Northmen, playing right field, number 13, Jessica Young.
Jessica Yanali in the box, awaiting the pitch from Akamine. Runners at first and second. No score here in the top of the 6th. Pitch right at the knees, in there for a strike, 0-1. So just as Escondido threatened back in the 4th inning with first and second and 1 out, it's Valhalla now here in the top of the 6th with first and second and 1 out. Yanali and Wooden now. Wooden on deck. Pitch is fouled back, and the count is now 0-2. So Jessica Yanali 0-2. She'd like to at least push the runners over to second and third here if she can. Akamine within the pitcher's circle. Now she'll toe the rubber. Looking in for a sign, and the pitch. In there, strike 3 called. Yanali thought that was a little bit low and inside. But the umpire rings her up on strikes. The third time today she has gone down. Twice looking, and now Lisa Wooden, the center fielder, with 2 outs. And the tie-breaking run standing at second base. Akamine's pitch is high. Wooden lays off it, and the count is 1-0. Again, Akamine on the rubber. Session sign. Here's the pitch. Fouled up along the first base line. And the count is now 1-2. So again, Valhalla has runners at first and second. 2 outs. 1-2 count on Lisa Wooden, the center fielder. If she can get on, the catcher Kim Hayden is on deck. And Wooden will ground this ball. Nice diving stop by Ward at second base. She just saved a run right there. Megan Ward with a great stop over to Langston at first. And that will end the Valhalla threat here in the top of the 6th inning. Great play by Megan Ward. And as we go to the bottom of the 6th, still no score. I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions. Dana Gomes leads things off for Escondido here in the bottom of the 6th inning. No score. Lacey Wilson's pitch is swung on a miss, and the count is now 0-2. So Gomes singled. She had the first hit. She was the first base runner of the game. Back in the 4th inning, she was stranded at third. A nice pitching performance by Lacey Wilson to get out of that jam. Pitch is popped up into the air. Diving stop by Hayden, the catcher. She'll make it. Great play. So Kim Hayden comes out from behind the plate. She'll catch that pop-up in foul territory. And there's one away here in the bottom of the 6th. Megan Ward will pop this one up right back to Wilson in the pitcher's circle. She's there. She'll handle it, and just like that, there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. So Lacey Wilson here in the bottom of the 6th inning, trying to get her team into the 7th, tied at 0, give them one last chance here to break free and maybe keep this game from going extra innings. Pitch is high for a ball, 1-0. She watches the 1-0 pitch. Sail outside for a ball, 2-0. So Raylene Asman, the shortstop, digs in. 2-0 pitch pops straight up. Will Hayden have a play? She goes back. She's under it. She makes the catch. So 3 up, 3 down. 2 pop-ups to the catcher, 1 to the pitcher. I can't remember the last time an inning was like that. And just like that, we will go to the 7th inning. Still no score. We'll be right back. So the catcher, Kim Hayden, will start things off for Valhalla here in the top of the 7th inning. Valhalla threatened back in the 6th. They stranded 2 runners. They don't have a hit today. They could have had 2, but Megan Ward made 2 great plays throughout this game. One to end the 6th. That pitch flied into right field. Underneath it again for Escondido, number 11. Ashley Carlsness. So that's her second put out of the game. And there's 1 out. Shortstop Savannah Brown, she flied actually to Carlsness back in the 5th inning, and she struck out back in the 2nd. So she steps in now, trying to get on base here in the top of the 7th of a scoreless game. She'll take a strike, and the count is 0-1. One pitch lined past third and foul. And now she's in the hole 0-2. So Savannah Brown 0-2. Sarah Akamine. Ahead in the count as she's been most of the game. 13 strikeouts for Akamine today here with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Again fouled away. Count remains 0-2. Lacey Wilson is on deck, the pitcher. Akamine on the rubber. Here's the pitch. All the way to the backstop. That's a ball, 1-2. Brown set. Akamine on the rubber. Looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. That ball is hit into the air, into center field. It'll fall just over the outstretched hands of the shortstop for Escondido, number 9, Raylene Asman. And Savannah Brown, with 1 out in the 7th inning, singles to center. And Lacey Wilson. Now it'll be interesting to see if Lacey decides to move her over to second base or just swings, tries to get a base hit. She'll probably show bunt here, at least for the first pitch. And Escondido will pull the corners in as they anticipate the bunt. It's fouled away, 0-1. Whitney Holstan almost past the rubber there at second base. That's not legal, but she's right where she needs to be. Here's the pitch. Again, foul down at the plate. And so Wilson in the hole, 0-2. And we'll see if they keep the bunt on here. They certainly might. Wilson has struck out looking in the 5th, struck out swinging back in the 2nd. On deck, Allison Johnson, the third baseman. Swung on and missed, and down goes Wilson. 2 down now here in the 7th. Runner on first, Savannah Brown, and Allison Johnson grounded out to Megan Ward back in the 5th. Ward made a great stop, moving to her right, diving for the ball. Threw her out at first. And Johnson also struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. Swinging, fouls it at the plate. The count is 0-1. Akamini's 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, caught the outside corner. And now it's 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes to count on Johnson, 2 outs. Top of the 7th, scoreless game. Savannah Brown, who's single with the first hit of the game for Valhalla in the center field to lead this inning off. Pitch fouled up along the third baseline. And so Johnson's still alive. Akamini now on the rubber. She's a strike away from getting out of it. Here's a pitch. Swung on and missed, gets away from the catcher again. The throw to first isn't going to be in time. In fact, there's no throw. Isla Sessions couldn't hold on to that one, and that keeps Valhalla alive. That can be critical here, as now they have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. And now running for Valhalla, number 6, Randy Thompson at first base. So she's running for Allison Johnson. So they want some speed out there. They want to stay out of that forced play, and Randy can move. And that might have been... And now it's Andrea Alfano. So maybe they just got the wrong person in there. So Alfano. Andrea Alfano. Now running for Allison Johnson. So Alfano is in. Number 8, Savannah Brown still standing at second base. First and second, 2 outs. Stephanie Sweat, the first baseman, struck out twice, but reached first when she struck out back in the 6th. As Sessions couldn't handle the ball, it got away from her, and the throw to first actually went down the right field line in between Langston's legs. And let's see if Valhalla can do something with that gift they just received, or if Akameni can shut the door here in the 7th. 2 outs, 1-0 pitch. It's low again for a ball, and it's 2-0. So this game exciting to the end. We've had no score. Each team has come close. Megan Ward with some nice defensive plays, keeping Valhalla off the scoreboard in the 6th. And Lacey Wilson with a nice pitching performance in the 4th, stranding 2 runners for Escondido. Pitch is fouled at the plate, 2-1. Akamini said, here's the pitch. Bouncing ball, it'll get through the infield, into center field. Rounding first is Brown, the throw to the plate, not in time. And over to second base on the throw to the plate goes number 11, Stephanie Sweat. And Valhalla has broken through here in the top of the 7th inning. And they lead this game 1-0. All of it starting with the strike 3 pass ball. Allowed Allison Johnson to reach first base. That pushed Savannah Brown to second. And now on a 2-1 pitch, Stephanie Sweat singles up the middle, brings in the go-ahead run. And Valhalla still with runners at second and third for Jamie McNally. She'll hold off the high pitch. 1-0. So Valhalla breaks through here at the top of the 7th inning, and now it'll be on Lacey Wilson to hold them in the bottom of the 7th and give the Norsemen the 2004 Division II championship. Ball's a strike, evens the count up at 1-1. On deck, Courtney Ludwig, the left fielder. Akamine's pitch. Swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2. Undoubtedly, Valhalla would love to get another run across the board. They have runners at second and third. They've got a run in. Savannah Brown scoring that go-ahead run. The potential championship winning run. And with 2 outs, the pitch. Swung on and missed. And Valhalla will go down, but not before they string together a couple of hits and an error to push a run across here in the top of the 7th. We will move to the bottom of the 7th inning. And if Lacey Wilson can hold Escondido, she's 3 outs away from the 2004 championship. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th in just a minute. We've moved to the bottom of the 7th. Valhalla with a 1-0 lead, 3 outs away from the 2004 Division II championship. And they have the 4, 5, and 6 batters to move through. Brenda Langston, the first baseman, followed by Whitney Halston, and then Sarah Akamine, the pitcher. So the Cougars aren't going to go down without a fight. Wilson's pitch is high. Evens a count and a ball and a strike. Langston lined out to second in the second, struck out in the 4th. That pitch is lined to first in foul territory. They're going to say she did catch it. Stephanie Sweat with a nice diving catch from our angle. We couldn't see if she actually caught the ball before it hit the ground, but she did. Home plate umpire right on top of it. He had the angle. And there's 1 out now here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And so Valhalla now 2 outs away. Whitney Holston. She'll take a strike, and the count is 0-1. So Lacey Wilson determined to put this championship game away. She's just a junior. The next pitch is lined out of play down the first baseline, and the count is now 0-2. Olsen 0 for 2 so far. And now she's going to battle to protect here in the hole, 0-2. Wilson looks in. Now she'll toe the rubber, gets her sign. And the 0-2 pitch again fouled away. Straight back over the screen. And we'll do it again, 0-2. Wilson's 0-2 pitch. Swung and missed. And down goes Holston. And now the Norsemen are just 1 out away from the 2004 Division II championship. And Sarah Akamine, who pitched one heck of a game today. She actually ended up with 16 strikeouts on the day. So Akamine now steps into the box. There's 2 outs. She needs to get on base to extend this game for the Cougars. Wilson's pitch. High and outside for a ball, 1-0. Akamine 0 for 2, grounded out to the pitcher in the 5th. She struck out in the 2nd. And now Lacey Wilson trying to close out the 2004 season as she's 1 out away. One 0 pitch in there on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Sarah Akamine, just a sophomore this year, so we'll be seeing her for a few more years to come. Pitch foul back over the screen. And now the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sarah Akamine. Lacey Wilson and the Valhalla Norsemen just 1 strike away from the 2004 Division II championship. The crowd now getting into it. The faithful for Valhalla standing up, letting the noise be heard. Wilson on the rubber. Akamine in there. The 1-2 pitch. Popped into the air. And that will land just foul as Hayden just couldn't get there in time. And the count remains 1-2. Wilson on the rubber now. Looks in to Hayden. The pitch. Pops straight up into the air. Will Hayden have a play? She's right behind the plate. She's got it, and that'll do it. The Valhalla Norsemen have won the 2004 Division II championship in exciting fashion as they push a run across in the top of the 7th inning. And they defeat the Escondido Cougars in a bit of revenge by a final score of 1-0. Lacey Wilson goes the entire distance to get the win. Akamine, tough break as a winning run came across after a couple of singles and an error in the top of the 7th inning. Savannah Brown scoring the game-winning run off the game-winning hit by Stephanie Sweat in the top of the 7th. And that's where the final was. Again, the Valhalla Norsemen, the 2004 CIF Division II champions, as they defeat the Escondido Cougars by a final score of 1-0. And I'm Ken Gonzalez for George Langevin Productions. It was our pleasure to bring you yet another Game of the Week from the campus of UCSD in La Jolla, California. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we hope you stay safe. We hope to see you again very soon. Have a good day, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet your 2004 runner-up Escondido Cougars. Handing out the awards with our CIF officials are Principal Steve Boyle, Athletic Director Paul Gomes. And now, here are your Division II runner-up Cougars. Number 1, Sarah Akamine. A senior wears number 3, Dana Gomes. Number 4, also a senior, Whitney Holston. Another senior for the Cougars, number 5, Megan Ward. Number 6 is Brittany Knudsen. Number 7 is Brenda Langston. Caitlin Sylvester is number 8. Raylene Asman is number 9. Number 10 is Carla Mitchell. Number 11 is Ashley Carlsness. A senior wears number 12, Melissa Reardon. Number 13 belongs to senior Carrie Hernandez. Number 14 is Samantha Matthews. Number 15, Elise Jimenez. Number 16, Brianne Sanchez. Number 17, Whitney Cyril. And number 18, Isla Sessions. Your assistant coaches again of your 2004 runner-up Escondido Cougars, Laura Quiroz and Alfred Martinez. Your head coach, Carrie Weiler.
Thanks, Steve.
Great season. Great season.
Now, the Sportsmanship Award we were talking about, it pertains to pursuing victory with honor as an operating principle of the CIF and the San Diego section. Today, coaches, the tournament directors, the officials, and the commissioners honor a player who competed with dignity and respect for her opponent, her team, and her community. For Escondido, that individual is Megan Ward, number 5. Ladies and gents, your Division 2, 2004 runner-up, Escondido Cougars. Number 6, Randy Thompson. A senior, number 7, Lisa Wooden. Senior, number 8, Savannah Brown. Senior, number 9, Jamie McNally. Number 10 is Allison Johnson. Number 11, a senior, Stephanie Sweat. Number 12, Jenna Creer. In her senior year, number 13, Jessica Yonley. Number 14, Courtney Ludwig. Number 15, Christine Messi. Number 16, Lacey Wilson. Number 20, Andrea Albano. And number 21, Kim Hayden. Assistant coaches for the Steve Wisnowski. Head coach to your 2004 Division II champion, Valhalla Norseman, Doug Hartog.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. That's fun stuff. Great stuff.
And now the Sportsmanship Award, and selected to receive this award for her demonstration of the principle of competition with honor, first base, Stephanie Sweat.
Here you go, kiddo. All right.
Congratulations, both teams, ladies. That was a great, great game. Congratulations, Escondido. Congratulations, Valhalla.